Hello, you nerds, geeks, and collectors, and welcome back to the Canadian Nerd Unboxes for our 4th episode, in which we'll be unboxing the Batman Arkham City PlayArts Kai Poison Ivy action figure, which, if you are in the market for one, you can scoop up from our amazing friends over at superpowercollectibles.com. However, as I'm sure that by now, all of our viewers are well aware of what PlayArts Kai is. Moreover, with Poison Ivy being such a staple in the Batman universe, I think that we'll just skip over discussing who and what those items are and jump right into unboxing this Bat's PlayArts Kai Poison Ivy. Alright guys, well there we have it. It is the Batman Arkham City PlayArts Kai action figure number 6, or Poison Ivy. So, how about we take a closer look at the box, see what this is all about. So up here we've got our warning and our age restriction, because that's absolutely necessary. We have Batman Arkham City PlayArts Kai action figure number 6, Poison Ivy. On the right side, we have a very plain side, to be honest. It's a Batman Arkham City PlayArts action figure Kai, that's all it says. And then on the left side of the box, we've got the same thing, however, set against the background, or black background rather. And then on the back, we've got another animation or sketch of the character which is inside the box. We've also got a sneak peek at number 5 in the series, Harley Quinn, just to get you going and let you know a bit more about the rest of the line. And for all of you super nerds who want to know everything that's on the box, here we are. And you can pause if you would like to see that in greater detail. Finally, on the bottom of the box, very standard Square Enix PlayArt stuff. And on the top, once again, very standard, pretty much the same insignia that we saw on both the left and right sides of the box. Let's open her up. And what does the window reveal? An awesomely sculpted Poison Ivy. And moreover, on the left side over here, as we can see, we've got once again an illustration of the character with an included background on Poison Ivy in the case that you are not familiar with her. Moreover, down here, we have a bit of a description of what Arkham City is for the layman who's not really completely up to date on Batman and its, I suppose, newer developments. After that, we have the figure itself. And as you can see, included in the box, well, from what we can see thus far, is of course Poison Ivy. We've got a set of hands up there to interchange with, presumably to hold some of the accessories that also come in the box. We've got a lot of plant looking stuff, some Venus flytrap looking plants over here, but we'll have a better look at those in just a moment. So, let's open her up. Alright guys, so here we have it at first glimpse out of the box. And as we can see, there are no more pieces that were hidden under the cardboard or anything, so what you saw in the window at first glance is in fact what you get. But let's open up the plastic and take a better look at this stuff. And there we have it. There is Poison Ivy. And as you can see, she looks great. Tons of detail, even in and around the neck area. Tons of articulation, as you would expect from PlayArts. And she really looks great. Her joints snap into place, which is very good, as it helps her stay in the different positions in which you pose her a lot better and a lot easier than some other characters with joints that may loosen over time and after a while not hold their pose at all. She has great articulation in the head, which is very good to see, because as I mentioned in my previous Wonder Woman video, a lot of female characters generally have an issue whereby the hair is clumped up in the back in one large clump that doesn't allow any head movement back. But with this, as you can see, we've got plenty of movement, so that's good to see. Let's take a look at some of the accessories now. So first, we have this menacing looking plant, presumably from Poison Ivy's lab, and most likely under her control, with an open piece right here, which likely means that something else attaches to it. We have this guy who looks like the head of a Venus flytrap plant. Looks very cool. A lot of detail on it. It's really cool to see that they put a bunch of effort into this to sort of bring it to life. Because it would have been really easy to just make it one ugly and consistent shade of green, but they definitely went above and beyond. We have 3 more random plant pieces, which in keeping with roses, as you can see, has many spikes up and down the stem about this flower, as well as these as well. So they're very cool, and as you can see, a lot of detail has gone into the painting. It's very good to see. And then finally, we've got both of her extra hands, which oddly enough look like they're smoking, but be fun to set her up and see what they're actually meant for. Additionally, in case you didn't catch it while we were unboxing, here is the stand for Poison Ivy's character. Now, unfortunately, it does come in individual pieces. As you can see, it will require a bit of assembly, but instructions are all right there. They're pretty clear and legible, and it's a pretty simple process, so no harm, no foul. Moreover, on the left side over here, we've got instructions on how to put the different pieces together, as well as detach and replace the interchangeable hands on the character. Alright guys, well that was the unboxing of the Batman Arkham City Play Arts Kai Poison Ivy action figure, which you can scoop up from our sponsors at superpowercollectibles.com. However, let's take an in-depth look by jumping into our critique. So as far as pros go, let's start by talking about the details. And as you can see, the details are impeccable and spectacular to say the least. Starting all the way down at her toes, wrapping around her legs, thighs, torso, neck, arms, hands, and everywhere in between. They really went above and beyond to make sure that we understood Poison Ivy's connection to the plant world. The Poison Ivy figure also has a spectacular range of motion thanks to some really high quality and snapping joints and articulating points on the entire figure. As far as her accessories are concerned, it's equally impressive to see just how much work and effort went into bringing the different plants and flowers and whatnot to life. They really look spectacular, and it's almost as if they put just as much work into the accessories as they did into the figure. I mean, just look at the colors on this, the washes that they use to add different shades and depth of colors. They really just went above and beyond with this entire figure, as you can see. And lastly, on our list of pros is realistically just Poison Ivy's face. And I know I've said this on a few other unboxings, but I feel like action figures on smaller scales or of lower quality, they really generally skimp on those features. And it's really good to see that Play Arts Kai is really putting extra effort into bringing the eyes and face to life and really just making them look good. So that is definitely also a strong pro. As far as cons are concerned, there are a couple, however, they are largely just gripes on my part. And they go as follows. First, the joint on Poison Ivy's arm, despite being reasonably strong and able to hold in really whatever position you put it in, it did actually come apart on me twice. So I feel like the parts will need a little bit of babysitting to make sure they stick around in the long run. Another con, which is not at all really a con and more of just a gripe, is that these Play Arts figures are not consistent in terms of size with the brand new variant characters, which I was a little disappointed to find out, because when you put them next to each other, they just look completely out of place and like they belong in entirely different worlds. So it just sucks to know that we can't just take all of our different Play Arts Kai figures, lay them out beside each other and have them look beautiful. We actually have to build different collections based on their sizes. And finally, in terms of cons, as has been mentioned on previous episodes, it is the assembly required with the display stand. And like I have also said in the past, it's not really a big deal. Once again, just a little bit of a gripe, because at the end of the day, we are still getting a high quality stand for not $1 more. So can't really complain. Anyhow, with all of that being said, we are going to go ahead and rate the Batman Arkham City Play Arts Kai Poison Ivy action figure a solid 4.5 out of 5, with half a mark being deducted for what amounts to just some personal gripes of mine and nothing really tangible. So if you enjoyed this unboxing and would like to see more, then please go ahead and make sure that you subscribe to the Canadian Nerd channel by finding the button somewhere around here. Moreover, make sure that you guys stick around for our next couple episodes of the Canadian Nerd Unboxes, in which we'll be checking out some awesome Transformer Prime figures from our friends over at BK Collectibles. Additionally, we'd like to strongly encourage you guys to get engaged with the Canadian Nerd channel by way of liking, sharing, subscribing, or even commenting on the video, because we would definitely like to know what you would like to see unboxed in the future, your thoughts on previous unboxings, or perhaps whatever else you have on your mind. So until our next episode of the Canadian Nerd Unboxes, please make sure to check out our amazing sponsors, without which none of this would be possible. And they are Han Solo Records, your Canadian source for the best in both nerdcore and underground hip-hop; SuperPowerCollectibles.com, your Canadian online source for toys, comics, collectibles, statues, busts, and more; as well as our newest sponsors, Harry Tarantula or HarryT.com, your downtown Toronto source for comics, games, manga, and tons more nerdery.